All right, welcome back into the weekly mixing streams. We were off last week there, but we're back at it here today. We've got another cover song here. We had an original last time we were on, I believe. So this is a song called "Misery." It's an old Beatles song, first record song. It might be like second or third track as well. As always, you can download the multi-tracks for this song completely for free. The link at the top of the chat or top of the description. You can download the multi-tracks to the song. Again, it's called Misery, BPM, and key information is down here in the corner. Key is C, 133 BPM. There's tons of other multi-tracks on that page as well. So you can download them, use them for your own mixing practice, or you can go back to each of the streams. There's links back to each of the streams, and you can follow along as I mix the songs. We're going to jump into this one here. This is an older session, so I had to update the template a little bit here, but I have my mix bus processing in place. Console shaper just running the drive at 0 here. Mix bus compressor. I'm still using this guy even though I did get the actual SSL bus compressor plugin. I haven't gotten comfortable enough with it to throw it on my mix bus, so we're still sticking with this guy, which sounds great regardless. Negative 1.6 on the threshold, 30 millisecond attack, 100 millisecond release, 2-to-1 ratio, and then a dB of makeup gain. I've got the soft tube tape machine at the end of the chain here, just a touch up from default, so 5.1 on the amount. B setting for more bottom end, and then 30 inches per second. I have my mix B, my parallel chain set up, but we'll get there when we get there. And then a limiter on the actual master out, the mix bus, bumping everything up by 6 dB into a negative 1 dB ceiling. So this gives me, that mastering style limiting. And you can see I'm pulling the main out down by 6 dB to compensate for this volume boost here. So I'm not listening super, super loud or anything like that. Let's move over here and let's take a look at our kick drum. I'm actually going to turn everything off and we'll take a listen to our balance first. Kind of see where our limiter's sitting here. So let's pull that back. Let's do 10.5 maybe. Let's see where that leaves us. I think I want to touch more control. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this, not negative 1, I'm going to put this first one down to negative 10. And I'm just going to pull another guy down. If I can actually copy right. There we go. And we'll make this second one negative 12. That feels better. I really just like to be able to park the kick in one place and not have to worry about it. A little bit of ringing, we'll just notch that out. 24 dB per octave, just completely get rid of that at 789. Nice, let's get our compressor going here. This is another thing about kind of getting the kick sitting in one place even before we push into compression. I can use the compression more as a tone shaper in addition to it kind of leveling things out. So I can push harder into it and it'll shape the tone more evenly of every kick hit rather than shaping the tone differently on quieter hits and louder hits, which is, it's nice. So I get this nice tightness overall on the kick drum. There's not much up here on the top, so I'm just going to crank this up. There's like a little build up there. That's better. All right, I'm happy with that. A lot of ring on that snare, huh? I might do the same thing here. I've been digging, not pushing too hard into the limiter and just kind of doubling up. That's better. Let's tighten it up a little bit with some compression. I like that better. I'll tell you what, it's ringy, but it has some nice top end on it. I love pushing this mid-range into the compressor. Cool, some nice weight there. There's no toms in this song. I left them in. So if you download these multi-tracks and you want to bring up the toms just for a little bit more ambience and realism on the drums, you can. I think for now I'm just going to disable them and hide them. And we'll remove the tom bus there. Here's our overheads. I'm going to flip to mono. Okay. Awesome. And then here's our mono room. I mainly like that mono room for the bottom end it has. So let's kind of blend things in. We'll probably pull that Bricasti up a little bit if need be. I don't know how much of the sun plate, the snare plate that we're going to add, because it's an old Beatles song, so a little bit drier of a sound. Let's look at our bass here, see kind of what's going on here. Nothing too crazy. One bigger hit here, it looks like. Lots of mids here. Let's better. Some noise too. And some click track bleed. It's a DI, so must be hot pickups on it. Just a touch of this, maybe. We won't be able to push much top, but Okay, here's our multi-band. And honestly, something I've been doing lately with something like this that's pokier. Sometimes I'll pull on the top end of the multi-band. Yeah, just to grab some of those peaks. You can hear how it evens out the tone of our bass. Excuse me, let's hear the drums and bass together.
I won't see her no more. It's gonna be a drag, misery.
Sounding good so far.
I lost her now for sure. I won't see her no more. It's gonna be a drag.
Peaky looking acoustic guitar. Sometimes for me, I like to use the high pass filter to not only roll off excess bottom end, but to kind of inch a little bit into the low mids. And even out the guitar that way. Just 3 dB. A little bit of jangle. It feels still too heavy in the low mids for me, but I think because it's only this acoustic and an electric, I think it'll be okay. I am going to put a multi-band down, I think, though. All right, let's hear this electric. Same thing here, because I had to boost all that top end. I'm going to throw multi-band on it. I just have this preset now in the PreSonus multi-band dynamics. Just looking at everything above 1K, 20-to-1 ratio, fast attack, fast release. So here.
Things we've done.
It's kind of a fun challenge to mix a song that's a little bit tamer like this and doesn't have as much going on production-wise. So again, if you want to download the multi-tracks, link at the top of the chat, top of the description, completely free to download. Kind of a nice little challenge to tackle. Here's the piano that comes in randomly. And we'll just kind of grab those peaks. Not that much, though. That's not bad. That sounds pretty good. Let's hear how.
Things we've done.
We might leave that higher. It serves kind of like a lead element in between the vocals. So I honestly like it being not panned to one side. Straying slightly away from the Beatles there by not having it panned off to the right, but we're in 2025, so why not? tried that down just a half dB. It sounds okay where it is. Let's start looking at the vocal here, and it's a doubled vocal with one line switching to a harmony every now and then.
Lost her now for sure. I won't see her no more. It's gonna be a drag, misery. Lost her now for sure. I won't see her no more. I won't see her no more. It's gone. I won't see her no more. It's gone. I'll remember all the little. I've lost her now for sure. I won't see her no more.
So high pass filter, almost up to 200 there. Compression, really clamping down on this vocal. You can see it's pretty dynamic. We want to hold it in place.
I won't see her no more.
With the older Beatles songs, a lot of the song is carried by the vocals, so we want to make sure that vocal is not moving around too much.
Lost her now for sure. I won't see her no more. It's gonna be a drag. I won't see her no more. It's gonna be. I've lost her now for sure. I won't see her no more. It's gonna be a drag. Lost her now for sure. I won't see her no more. It's gonna be a drag. Misery. Lost her now for sure. I won't see her no more. I've lost her now for sure. I won't see her no more. Lost her now for sure. I've lost her now for sure. I won't see her no more. I've lost her now for sure. I won't see her no more. It's gonna be a drag, misery. I've lost her now for sure. I won't see her no more. It's gonna be a drag, misery.
There's a little buzzing there in the vocal, which is kind of nasty, but
I've lost her now for sure. I won't see her no more. It's gonna be a drag, misery.
let's leave it at 1.5.
I've lost her now for sure. I won't see her no more.
So here's what our vocal processing is looking like. High pass filter, touch in the high mids, big boost on the top end to give it some air, open up the top end, give the vocal some brightness, about 7 to 10 dB reduction with our 1176 style compressor, using the multiband there as our de-esser. I like using a multiband because it just gives me some extra control, and I can kind of put the ratio in the attack and release and such. So just looking at 4K and above there, and then some bottom end at the end of the chain here, so it's more consistent, something I can kind of boost and level against the last piece of the puzzle, which is on the bus here now, which is soothe. So just pulling down everything above 2K here. I've got the depth dialed up to about 1.5, sharpness all the way up, selectivity is about the middle there, fast attack, fast release.
Lost her now for sure. I won't see her no more. It's gonna be a drag. Lost her now for sure. I won't see her no more. I won't see her no more. It's gonna be a drag, misery. It's gonna be a drag, misery. I'll remember all the little things we've done. The world is treating me bad, misery. The world is treating me bad, misery.
Let's kind of see where that harmony's sitting.
The world is treating me bad, misery. I've treated me bad, misery.
Dialed soothe up to 2 there with the harmony in.
I've lost her now for sure. I won't see her no more. It's gonna be a drag. I've lost her now for sure. I won't see her no more. It's gonna be a drag. Miss, I've lost her now for sure. I won't see her no more. It's gonna be a drag. Misery.
Got the slap delay really, really low there, but it adds some weight and a little bit of front to rear depth there. I'm keeping it pretty low because the double's already kind of doing that slap back thing, so I don't need much of it. Just add some weight. It's a distorted slap, so
Lost her now for sure.
add some weight, some girth, some energy to the vocal. Let's bring up the plate reverb here, which is just an impulse response to the A plate from the Lexicon 480. 2-second plate, 150 millisecond pre-delay.
I've lost her now for sure. I won't see her no more. It's gonna be a drag. Misery. The world is treating me bad. The world is treating me bad. Misery. I'm the kind of guy. Misery. I'm misery. Kind of guy. I'm the kind of guy. Misery. I'm the kind of guy who never used to cry. The world is treating me bad. I'm the kind of guy who never used to cry. The world is treating me bad. Misery. I've lost her now for sure. I won't see her no more. It's gonna be a drag. Misery. I'll remember all the little things we've done. Can't she see she'll always be the only? I'm the kind of guy who never used to cry. The world is treating me bad. Misery. I'm the kind of guy who never used to cry. The world is treating me bad. Misery. I'm the kind of guy who never used to cry. The world is treating me bad. Misery. I've lost her now for sure. I won't see her no more. It's gonna be a drag. Misery. I'll remember all the little things we've done. Can't she see she'll always be the only one? Only one. Send her back to me, 'cause everyone can see. Without her I will be in misery. I'll remember all the little things we've done. She'll remember and she'll miss her only one. Lonely one. Send her back to me.
I'm liking that, hitting the mic here. I'm liking that so far. So let me break down what we've got going on the vocals here. So the processing on each of them here is pretty similar, or mostly exactly the same. on both of them, just volume differences on the faders. They're both coming into the vocal bus here. I've got Soothe looking at everything above 2K. Gentle roll off on the top though. And then we've got the depth dialed up to 2, so it's pulling out any frequencies that are getting harsh, anything that's getting pokey. Let me play just that for you so you can hear what's going on. So that's what's getting pulled out. Any resonant frequencies that are kind of nasty, kind of crazy. And then we've got both vocals sending into this effects chain here. So the slap delay, the distorted slap, is just 100 millisecond slap delay, no feedback or anything like that, rolling off the low end, the top end, and then I've got the drive crank. So it's a distorted slap, but it's tucked really, really low, just adding some weight and a little bit of dimension, getting most of our depth here from the reverb. I pulled it back just a click there. We might see as we listen on the speakers about pushing it up higher. Just a 2-second plate reverb here. And then I've got the pre-delay up to 151 milliseconds there. That's the highest thing. And then I have this DDL, which is a stereo dynamic delay. Dynamic because of the compressor. It's split off by about 10 milliseconds on each side from a quarter note. So the quarter note's 451 milliseconds. This is at 441 on the left side, and then the right side's at 461. So split off by 10 milliseconds on each side from the quarter note gives us that stereo delay sound. And then I've got a compressor at the end of the chain that's side chaining from the vocal. So every time the vocal's going, the delay is ducked down by about 7-8 dB. And then when the vocal stops, the delay comes up to fill the gaps. And I'm running this set up with the splitter inside of Studio One, set to channel split. So I've got that delay on the left and on the right, and then the compressor at the end of the chain. You can see our side chain here from the vocal. So that's what's going on the vocal. I think the last thing I'm going to do here is put some stereo verb, some multi-mono verb on the instruments, and maybe lean heavier on the piano. So I've got the splitter here on channel split. So we've got a verb on the left, same verb on the right. It's just a hall reverb from PreSonus to Studio One. About a 3-second hall reverb there. And then I've got an EQ rolling everything off below 300 at the end of the chain. And then I'm going to flip the panning on this, so we get the illusion of a wider mix. So I'm going to send, I think I'm going to send everything into this. I've already got the piano sending into it because I figured I would do that. But I'm going to put the piano up is what I'm going to do. So I'll send both of the guitars into it, but I'm going to crank the send on the piano so it's more noticeable. We can tuck it low and then really push the piano into it. So everything that's coming in here is coming in on its channel, on its pan. So rhythm guitar is coming in the left, but by the time it comes out the reverb, it's going to be on the right side because we're reverse panning it here. So let's kind of listen to this section here and dial in this reverb. I'm going to do it without the vocal in to begin with here. Kind of see. Delay, you like the delay. I'm glad you like the delay. It's something I've been messing with lately, kind of a Chris Lord-Alge kind of thing, but adding that Produce Like a Pro Warren here at Vibe, where it's a dynamic delay. Something kind of neat to add into your mixes. Our panning isn't quite settled here. So let's figure out what's going on here. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. So let's... So it's literally just about clicking that on and back off there. Might be because I didn't set the splitter up right to begin with. But now that we've got everything panned where it should be, I'm going to reverse the panning here. Oh. All right. There we go. Okay. All right, let's hear the beginning here, and we'll put the vocal back in.
The world is treating me bad, misery. I'm the kind of guy who never used to cry. The world is treating me bad, misery. I've lost her now, guy who never used to cry. Can't she see she'll always be the only one, only one? Send her back to me, 'cause everyone can see. Without her I will be in misery.
Dennis, you're saying it sounds great on your smartphone. That's what we like to hear. Thank you. Nice translation. That's like high praise for a mix engineer. So thank you very, very much. That's a nice compliment. Just adding in the plate reverb there on the snare drum. I tucked it back a little bit. I just want to hear a little bit of that that's going on the snare drum.
Lost her now for sure. I won't see her no more. It's gonna be a drag, misery. I'll remember all the little things we've done. Can't she see she'll always be the only one, only one? Send her back to me, 'cause everyone can see. Without her I will be in misery. I'll remember all the little things we've done. She'll remember and she'll miss her only one, lonely one. Send her back to me, 'cause everyone can see. Without
I'm feeling really good about this. So what we're going to do next here is we're going to reference, but I'm going to listen through a little bit of it here at a lower volume first on the speakers here in the room, just to kind of give my ears a break from the headphones. We've been going for about 50 minutes, so Always nice to take breaks, especially when you're mixing on headphones. I used to have a lot better stamina mixing on headphones, but let me show you here in the camera. These are my old headphones, so the ears are all worn out on them. So it was more like mixing on open back headphones than closed back headphones because the earmuffs were all worn out on them, and it was very loose fitting and very easy to listen on. And then when I brought out my newer headphones, the earmuffs are all solid on them, so wears my ears out much faster. But just got to readjust those. It's good to take breaks when you're mixing on headphones. Otherwise, you start hearing things that aren't there. You start boosting so much top end to try and get things to cut. Mike from Germany. Yes, it's an early, early Beatles song. Good catch there. It's called Misery. It's off the first record off Please Please Me. Why do I have the stereo image inverted on the hall reverb track? So what is going on there? I was trying to explain it as I was doing it, but sometimes it doesn't make much sense. What's going on is I have both guitars, the acoustic and the electric, and the piano sending into this hall reverb. I'm using the Studio One splitter to get access to the left and the right channel on the reverb here. So I have the reverb on the left, and I have a reverb on the right channel, and then I have an EQ at the end. But what's going on is everything that's panned, so our electric and our acoustic, are coming into separate channels on the reverb. So our electric comes into the left reverb here, our acoustic comes into the right reverb, they come out their channels, and then I have the panning at the end of the chain on the output flip-flopped. So our acoustic reverb is going to be coming out on the opposite channel of the acoustic, and it gives us a wider sense in the mix because we have the acoustic guitar on the right side, and then we have the reverb for the acoustic on the left side. Same thing with the rhythm guitar, and same thing with the piano. So the rhythm guitar is coming in on the left side, the electric guitar, and its reverb is going to be panned to the right. So we get this illusion that the track's a little bit wider because the reverbs are panned opposite. They're not taking up any space in the center. They're just panned wide. So that's the reason for doing that. It's kind of a Produce Like a Pro trick. So if you watch Produce Like a Pro, Warren here, that's something that he used to do a lot when I would watch his videos. So it's my nod to coming up watching all of his videos. But that's the reason for that. That's your kind of music there, George, or Michael. I always think your name's George because I read the end of the first part of your name, which is garage. But Beatles, you can't go wrong with that. I don't know if you can see the records on the shelves way back in the corner. I mean, that's the music my dad grew up on is 60s music, 60s and 70s music. So a great idea there.